Roger Stone here with an urgent warning. While we celebrate Trump's historic win, inflation continues to drain your IRA and 401k. And China is now targeting your money with a kill shot on the U.S. dollar. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold and contacting the experts at Colonial Metals Group. Gold has protected American wealth through every financial war. For a free 2024 gold guide that explains everything, go to freegoldguide.com/stone or call 800-747-6589. So go to freegoldguide.com/stone or call 800-747-6589. That's 800-747-6589 for a free 2024 gold guide to learn how you can protect your life's work, and if you qualify for a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver right now. That's freegoldguide.com/stone.
It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And we are back here on Katz and Cosby. Let's go right to the great New York Post investigative journalist Miranda Devine. Miranda, you are talking about the Joe Biden pardons. Fill us in on the latest, and also some you think he should pardon.
Yes. Hi, Rita. Hi, John. Hi, everybody. Look, we've just seen he's given out already this record number of pardons. It was 1,500 commutations, 39 pardons just this week, on top of giving Hunter the pardon, on top of more pardons we expect are going to come before January 20, and to include his brother Jim Biden and various other family members. And so, I mean, you've heard about it. Chinese spies, a child porn guy, a Pennsylvania judge convicted over the Kids for Cash scandal, a Mississippi doctor who gave cancer patients only partial doses of chemotherapy and then charged them full freight and kept the money. Various fraudsters, corrupt Democratic politicians, no surprise there. It's really just a litany of bad behavior. It's not what the party...
How many Chinese spies?
Well, at least 2 that we know of, and maybe 3, I think. And one of them also had child porn offences. So this was part of a prisoner swap that we weren't told about until this week. It happened in November. But really, it just makes you wonder what is going on in Joe Biden's brain. And he just has no morals, no scruples. I mean, previously pardons have been given to people who, didn't commit acts of violence, they were victimless crimes, had already served time. But this is just crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Governor Patterson.
So, Miranda, with 1,500 pardons, which would have been one pardon for each page of the budget, I was wondering if
that's a good analogy, Gov.
We could pay off the budget that way.
If this is what we did for China, what did we get back for it?
Well, we, as Americans, got nothing back, but we know that the Biden family got $23 million odd from China that so far that's been found from doing these dirty deals. And obviously that was given to Hunter Biden and his uncle Jim Biden, not because they were great businessmen, but because of their proximity to the great power of Joe Biden when he was vice president, now president.
And how much power could he have had that Obama would not have known about?
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a very good question.
What did Obama know, and when did he know it? That's the question. Well, he knew about the $1 billion he spoke about at the Foreign Relations Committee. What was it?
The $1 billion that he said he would not pass on to Ukraine. He had the power to pass that on. He was in charge of Ukraine for Obama. Unless they fired the prosecutor who was prosecuting Burisma, where his son was on the board and getting millions of dollars.
And son of a bee. The
son
guy
of a
was
there. And he boasted about it.
There. Yeah, he boasted about it, Miranda.
I mean, the curious thing about Barack Obama and Joe Biden is that Barack Obama just outsourced foreign policy to Joe. It was incredible. You look back on it, I wasn't here at the time, but I don't understand why that wasn't seen as more strange, that that really Joe Biden was, for all intents and purposes, acting as the president when he flew around the world in Air Force Two, going into China and Russia and Ukraine and Romania and Kazakhstan and all these places his family extracted money from. But Barack Obama seemed not interested in foreign policy.
Other than the Iran deal, Miranda.
You mean the pallets of cash?
Yes.
Other than that deal.
The Iran deal, exactly. Which, Donald Trump, to his great credit, killed that off, and Iran was on its knees, completely broke and not able to fund its proxies to attack Israel, like they did last October. And the first thing that Joe Biden does when he gets in as president after opening the border was to reanimate that Iran deal and bring in the same guy who was the Iran envoy under Obama, a guy called Robert Malley, who was Antony Blinken's childhood friend from school in Paris. And he currently is suspended without pay because the FBI is doing an investigation into mishandling classified documents. It said that he passed on money to
didn't Malley have very suspicious relationships with the Iranian government, including his father's relationship with that government?
That's right. So Robert Malley, as Iranian envoy, is suspected of having given classified information to his Iranian handlers. He also brought into the government a whole crew of people, including a woman called Arianna Tabatini, who also is under suspicion for talking to people in the Iranian regime. She has a high-level job in the Pentagon. And this has been known, and nothing has been done about it. It's like the drones in New Jersey. Everybody knows that the government just says nothing. They stonewall, they lie, they gaslight, they get away with it.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're right. It's like, let's just kind of nothing to worry about. And they think that that's going to appease the American public. Ed Cox.
So, Miranda, Obama basically was the power behind the Biden administration. And with respect to Iranian policy, he definitely was making the calls. Why did he want to loosen the sanctions on Iran and let them build up those foreign reserves that then resulted in the attack on Israel and the Houthis and Hezbollah?
Look, I don't know. I mean, there is this sort of theory, academic theory that was running around foreign affairs circles, and maybe that was what captured Obama, which was that the Shiites, which is the brand of Islam that the Iranians subscribe to, is less violent and anti-West, anti-American than the Sunnis, which is Saudi Arabia and ISIS, for instance. And so that was the idea, but it was also breaking with America's allyship with Israel, because Israel has been implacable enemies with Iran, because Iran wants to wipe Israel off the face of the map. But that didn't seem to worry Obama. But look, there may be other more nefarious reasons for the Iran deal. Someone was making money somewhere along the line.
Yeah, certainly. By the way, before we let you go, Miranda, have you heard anything about these sort of blanket preemptive pardons that might come via Joe Biden?
No, but I mean, it certainly there have been enough leaks from the White House that they're sort of trying to soften people up and get their allies in the media to write stories about these preemptive pardons, which are really historical. It's not happened like this before, and it seems to be unconstitutional. Really, it's certainly not the spirit of pardons. But there have been, New York Times, Washington Post, all the pals of the administration have been writing it up and saying, "Oh, well, this is perfectly normal. It's totally within the bounds. And what can you expect them to do when you've got this monstrous Trump coming in who's going to commit all sorts of lawfare, projecting onto Donald Trump what they themselves did to him?"
Right, exactly. Look, the American public deserves to know the truth, whatever happened there. Miranda, thank you very much.
Larry Kudlow here with an urgent warning. While we celebrate Trump's historic win, inflation continues to drain your IRA and 401k, and China is now targeting your money with a kill shot on the dollar. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold and contacting the experts at Colonial Metals Group. Gold has protected American wealth through every financial war. For a free 2024 gold guide that explains everything, please go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. The experts at Colonial Metals Group are the only folks I trust to help you bulletproof your wealth with gold. Go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. That's 800-621-3908 for a free 2024 gold guide to learn how you can protect your life's work, and if you qualify for a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver right now. freegoldguide.com/Kudlow.